Hi everybody. Hi everybody, it's Kiara here. Welcome to my channel. Um, I'm gonna, if you've been here a while, you know I'm a native New Yorker who moved south to Arkansas and live in Arkansas now. We're having another weather day here in Arkansas. Kids are home for school yet again. My kids have been in school 5 days this month so far. Yeah. Um, so I figured what better time to film another quilt update. And I've been watching a lot of videos in my room while I'm doing projects. I actually got a TV in here recently so I could like multitask because 2024 is my year of handmade. I would like to give gifts from the heart and handmade to those that I know would super appreciate it. I've been spending a lot of time in here, plus the kids are home, so it gives me a little bit of an escape and some sanity. I love my children, but it's just one of those things when they're home a lot. Mom, I'm bored. Mom, I'm hungry. And it's not like daddy's not here too, but it's mom. So, as I've been watching these videos, there's been a lot of talk how cross stitchers have such a community and have this floss tube thing. And I've always actually said, why isn't there a quilt tube? But I'm noticing more people are questioning that. And the other day, I think it was Stitching with the Sisterlies, and I believe it was Cheryl. She labeled her video a quilt tube, and I was like, yes, that's what we need. Because honestly, if you put quilt tube in, if you're a cross stitcher and you put floss tube in, it pops up. Quilting, you get this stuff, you get all this stuff, and some of it you want and some of it you don't want. But I love the idea of QuiltTube and how maybe we can get a really like tight-knit community, much like cross stitchers do. And there's a lot of overlap. So, I mean, like you have Anna from Quilt Roadies and Stitch Roadies and Stitching with the Sisterlies. They also cross stitch. I know Pumpkin Hollow Quilts is one. I know Carrie from the Patient Stitcher. These are all people who, look, Lori Holt, Kimberly from the Fat Quarter Shop, they all do both. So if we could get a community going, it would be really great. So I'm going to actually label this as a quilt tube. Instead of just putting quilting update, I'm going to label it as a quilt tube. So maybe that'll make it easier for people who are like me that do both. So what have I been up to? Let me get my little book. This is my journal I keep when I work. My cross stitch, my quilting, if I've done genealogy, if I've done sublimation, if I've worked out, it all goes in here. So I kind of know what I'm doing with my life. So I was last filmed on Sunday the 7th, so it's been 2 weeks. So what have I done in those 2 weeks, quilting wise? I haven't quilted the quilt that's on Miss Moxie. She is on Miss Moxie, but I haven't done. I worked on week 3 of the Perfect 10 quilt along. I am, if you don't know, the Perfect 10 is a book put out by It's So Emma. This is the book. It uses a 10-inch square, known as layer cakes, or a 10-inch square, depends on the manufacturer. And the Fat Quarter Shop back in 2018 when the book came out did this sampler. Okay, so I am doing the sampler. The book has a bunch of quilts, but I am doing the sampler, and I have done through week 4, and I've actually started assembling it. So let me show you what I did. This is what's assembled. When I'm working on blocks, I put them on pants hangers, skirt hangers, whatever you want to call them. So here's one section. These are 8.5-inch squares. Not in love with this, but we shall see. Hopefully when I quilt, it will come out. Then you make 1 or 2 blocks depending on it. This is another section. And here's the 3rd section. Actually, this section goes this way. Yeah, see, and I wasn't super careful when I picked out, so this block and the one next to it are very similar in color. The fabric is, the layer cake is Harper's Garden from Sherry and Chelsea. So it's a Quilting Life and Chelsea Stratton Designs. I made a couple more blocks, which I'll show you. Let me just put these back. And then I just hang them around my room, or I put them in the closet, but that closet backs up to the outside and it's cold outside. So I haven't had it open. Then I did this block yesterday, and this block I did a while ago. So I've done through week 4. There are 8 weeks of sewing the blocks, and what's great is if you go in the Fat Quarter Shop, you need the book so you know what the directions for the blocks. But one of the things the Fat Quarter Shop does so nicely when you do these things, okay, so this would be week 7, and it tells you, first of all, it tells you what page in the book you're going to and what blocks you're making and how many, and then it tells you how many, what you need to cut. And then you go to the book and you say, this says I need 6 A's. So you go and find the measurements on the page in the book that corresponds. So that's where we're on that one. So that was that. I also worked on the 2023 Designer Mystery. And these were all things that were on my quilty list that we did in a previous video, and I'm gonna actually go over my quilty lists. But I did 2 blocks. Yes, I did 2 blocks for my Designer Mystery, so I only have to do block 8, which makes me caught up. So I did this block. I love this block. I don't know why. I just adore this block. And then this block. So I did those 2. I did not buy the finishing kit for this, so I will have to come up with a layout. I'll probably pull something out of one of Lori Holt's books, because they're all 12 and a half inch squares here, blocks. So that's good. I did that. And then the other thing I did, let's see, go in my book. Oh, I finished 2 things that were on my web page. One was this. And if you follow me on Instagram, you saw this. This is the piece chicken salad quilt that Kimberly from Fat Quarter Shop did, and then Pat Sloan hosted. Now mine is different. Each one of these blocks represents something in my family's history. And I am so proud of this quilt because the only thing I bought for this, and I will show you, is if you see the horse's mane and the horse's tail and the horse fabric is the only thing I bought. Everything else came from my stash. I'll also, so now I just need to get a backing and, excuse me, I only need to get a backing and, yeah, I only need to get a backing and binding, which I might just do whatever I choose for the backing. Okay, but everything there came from my stash. And then I finished the Jolly Bar for Quilt Along. I think this is the top. I couldn't tell you. But here it is. And I will put another picture at the end with this all in it. Actually, I think this is upside down, but I am not in love with this. I am hoping, here, I love the print fabric, okay? Actually, it goes this way. But I will print a picture on the end so you can see. I'm not in love with it. In the past year, I got very confident on backings I'm using and everything and veering off. And to me, this white, I'm not generally a cream or a white person for a background, but I was scared with this fabric of going too far. But I ordered a yard of fabric to make a border in this fabric. So I'm hoping that that ties it together a little bit and I will like it a little bit better. So that was the other thing I finished. And these were on my, when I did my quilty plans for 2024, these were 2 whips that I really wanted to move. So I'm very happy about that. So I'll show you. Here's my list that we had started. And so whips to finish in 2024. So I will tell you what I have done so far on this list. I finished the Jolly Bar 4 sampler. I finished the chicken salad, and when I made this list and we did the videos at the beginning of the year, I had 4 blocks and the entire setting, so I finished that. That was awesome. With the Jolly Bar 4, I had to finish 2 blocks, and then I had to do the finishing. Excuse me, 1 second, my throat is dry. So I also did, but I think I showed it to you already. I did block 8 from the Designer Mystery 2021. So I have 4 blocks left for that. I have 5 blocks on the Bright Side, which was a Sew Sampler quilt along, and I had showed it to you. I haven't done anything on that. I really believe the next, and okay, so the things I had on my list, I told you Jolly Bar 4, then I had the Bright Side, and I have to find a setting for that one also. Or I have to find the setting that they had and come up with it. Then Holiday Hoopla quilt along that Pat Sloan hosted from her book. I have 3 blocks left in that to do. So I think that's going to be my next whip to work on. I have Designer Mystery 2021. I have 4 of that, and I have to find a setting because I did not buy the finishing for that. Chicken salad I finished, and then keep current on Designer Mystery 2023. So I'm on block 8, so I've been doing that. And the other thing I have to finish is Feeling Crabby from Wendy Shepherd. I have 2 more quilt blocks on that, so I may quilt that up. I may cut that out and put it over here to sew between other things. So those are my whips. Those are my past whips to finish. Then, what else have I been working on? I've been very busy, just so you know. So, let me see. I have my little quilt journals here so I don't forget anything. This is old. This one has all the old projects in it. Okay. Still gotta finish. I should have put that on, but okay. So what else have I been working on? I showed you my January pillow the last time. I told you about the Perfect 10 sampler that I've been working on. The next thing I have been working on is, oh, and just so you know, mentioned Pat Sloan. So this is the book for the quilt along, and actually I've gone through and I know exactly what pieces I have to cut for that. So that's good. So yesterday I saw this a while ago, and I mentioned this in my floss tube. I don't know if I've mentioned it in my anything quilty, but this is a free pattern from the Fat Quarter Shop. They do a lot of free patterns. I'm sure you all know, if you've been around a while, you know Fat Quarter Shop does a lot. So this is a wall hanging. It measures 17.5 by 32.5. I am using fabric I had on hand. And so yesterday I started, and I have all my letters done. It did not take me long. I starched these I did a video on starching. Yes, I repeated myself a lot. I get very nervous when I do these videos. Even if I have a list, I get extremely nervous. So I repeat myself a lot, and I really apologize for that. So today I'm going to try to finish it. It's just the hearts and assembling it. So that's what I'm going to do later. So let's talk about things I would love to do. I don't have really any haul. what I'm trying to do is use what I have. I have a lot. If there's something I really, really want, I put it in a cart and I think about it. I mean, I did buy something. It's not here yet. I did buy the 1 yard for that, for the Jolly Bar 4 because I need to tie it around. That will probably wind up going in a pile as gifting at some point this year. So then we have my 2024 projects to start. This list is going to need to be revised. Why? Because I have seen quite a few projects that I want to start. So one of the things on here, and I'll probably push this one back till I finish a couple of other things, is I couldn't start my Among the Stars block of month until I finished the chicken salad and Jolly Bar 4. I'm going to leave that on here because I have everything for that quilt. But I think I'm going to push it back. And I've already done those two things, so I can start it whenever I want. But something came out. I found something, and I really want to do this. And I think it's doable. I have to make some decisions about what I want, but I will show you what it is. It's from this book. It's actually not from this book. It's a sampler utilizing this book. There were a lot of sew-alongs in the fall of this, and I just did not have time. Pat Sloan hosted one with this, and I really wanted to do this, and I couldn't. Well, Wendy Shepherd and Pat Sloan both posted about this. This book is from Wendy Shepherd. It's a sampler, and this is it. It uses little bits from a lot of the patterns in the book. And then down here, they tell you how much of each. So I really want to start this. It starts in February. I have to decide what I'm going to do, but I really, really want to start that because I think it's doable. Anybody else want to join me with doing this and we'll get a quilt along going? Let me know. So there's that. I really want to start that. One of the things on my list that I wanted to start was the Perfect 10 sampler quilt. I started that and I'm moving along. Honestly, I can see myself using this book to make other quilts. I am not a person who likes to make a lot of quilts of the same block over and over. That's why you'll see a lot of sampler quilts here because I get bored very easily. But like I said, I'm trying to finish stuff. I'm trying to move it. So I'm on week 5 of the Perfect 10 sampler. I only have 3 more weeks. I'm going away next week. So I may try to get that done before I go away. Even if I don't get it all assembled, I may try to get all the blocks done. So the other things on my list were 4 panel quilts. None of these panel quilts are really like spring themed, so I may just move those down a little bit, but I really do want to still do them. The other thing I want to get started is this, Millie's Dresses. Kimberly just showed a tutorial on how to do the block, and here's all my fabric, which I have to starch. So I may this week start starching, but I don't think I'm going to start this till I get back unless I just do a test block. And here's the pattern. So I may start this maybe over the weekend, do at least 1 or 2 and see how this goes. But see, that's something I'm not used to. That's a whole quilt of the same block. I think I might be okay with it because it's all different fabrics. So I want to start that. And then I showed you the Christmas quilting. Oh, oops. The other thing I want to start is This is a quilt kit I bought years ago. I bought it about 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. It is this quilt from Villa Rosa Designs. It's a baby quilt. I don't know if this says actually which, and I will tell you, it's called So Cute. And I bought the kit that went with this, so it will look exactly like this picture. Let me see if it's, this panel says the line on it. Okay, it's called Zoology by Gingerbread. Funny fact, Gingerbread is located in Springdale, Arkansas, just down the road from where I live. I pass it all the time. It's actually across the street from my vet's office. So, but I love this panel. I have several friends having their first grandbabies this year, starting in February. So this might be something I cut out this week and just start it because it's really fairly easy. It shouldn't take me that long. The thing that's going to take me the long is I have a quilt loaded on Miss Moxie. I have to quilt it. Shouldn't take me that long to quilt. Should only take me about an hour because I free motion, and I'd probably just do a loopy meander or a heart meander on it. So I want to start this. Then the Fat Quarter Shot came out with the cutest free pattern. I got a text, sorry about that. I got the Fat Quarter Shop came out with this free pattern. It's called Layer Cake Shape. So another 10-inch squares. Not sure I'm going to do a 10-inch square. It depends on what I have. It comes two sizes. We have a 56.5 by a 56.5 or 88.5 by 88.5. And this one I actually see that you could actually, to be quite honest, you can make it bigger super easy, the queen quilt, by just adding an extra row to it if you're not. Even this one you can make it slightly bigger. But this would make a great baby quilt. And I can show you this because it's a free pattern from Fat Quarter Shop. How cute is this? The blocks are 24.5 by 24.5. And you're making, so how cute would that be? 56.5 by 56.4. Or if you even wanted to make it bigger, 56.5 is a nice size. Add another row and then extend the borders. Super easy. So I think I may make this one for some of those friends or something along this line also. So I'm trying to be very fluid with my plans, and there was nothing on my must quilt thing. I still love everything and I would like to get those panel quilts done, but honestly panel quilts don't take that long if you really start doing it. The one last thing that I want to do, actually no, it's not, it's actually more than one, because I've been printing my things I want to do in case I decide not to do them now and I move down. This one is a free wall mini quilt wall hanging from Pat Sloan. Pat Sloan is so great when she gives you a free pattern. I'm going to show you this. This block is 20.5 by 20.5. I need something for over, I need a couple things for over in here smalls. So this is it. Go to her site, you can get the printout. Okay, so this, and then what she does, and she does this when she does her quilt alongs too. She gave us an quilt layout. It's a bonus project, and it measures 60.5 by 60.5. That's great. There's so much value there. So I want to make the 20.5 by 20.5. I wasn't going to do this, and not sure if I'm going to, I don't have a picture of it because the day I did this, my printer was running out of ink. Actually, let me see if maybe I can use one in the back. Okay, I can. This is the Fat Quarter Shop does a fundraiser every year for the United Negro College Fund, and I just like this one. I don't know why. It's not, I don't think it's terribly big, but it's this. There's 4 different designers. Each one did one of these blocks. This has a bit about the designers. It's a free pattern. They ask for a donation to the United Negro College Fund. You can find all about this on the Jolly Jabber. But I like this. My family's teachers. I'm not a teacher, but all three of my dad's sisters are teachers. My niece is a teacher. My best friend is a teacher. So I have a lot of teachers in my family, so I love this. So I think I'm going to do this, and I might gift it to somebody. No, I haven't decided if I'm going to buy the Fat Quarter Bundle. The Fat Quarter Bundle is $40 from the Fat Quarter shop, but they tell you need 12 fat quarters, 3 yards of background. This is all on their site. Oh, and it has all the designers on it. And stories. So I think I really, really want to do this. So we shall see. But I really like it. I may just save this for the summer too. So that is what's up with me. So I'm going to actually redo my quilty projects to work on. I'm going to actually rewrite what's here. And I think I may, if I finish 1 or 2 more things, I may go through my whips and see if there's anything else I want to do. But my thing is, if I get these done, I will feel a huge weight off my shoulders because I don't have that many more quilting whips that I haven't start, but I do need to start long arming. I have not long armed one thing I said I was going to do in January. I still have a little bit of time though, so I want to try to finish that. So what are you working on? What kind of projects do you do? I have no quilting wool. How about that? I do think I'm going to do a video though about the Christmas quilt and run through some ideas of fabrics I want to use with you guys and background and what I should do. But I'm going to go work on my Made with Love because I'm going to just quilt it on my Juki right here. So I would love to hear what projects you're working on. What's your favorite? Do you have a favorite pattern designer? What do you love to work on? Have a great day, and I probably will not see you until I get back from my vacation, so probably not till about the 10th of February, because that'll give me some time to settle in, unless I finish something really big. I will probably do the Christmas quilting one before then, maybe even later today or tomorrow, but I will talk to you all soon. Have fun. Tell me about your quilty projects, all right? Bye-bye.